First of all, we want to give honor to God. Thank God. I thank God for the opportunity to be here at this time. I appreciate all of the kind words that were said on my behalf. Don't get it twisted. The mayor says she loved me, but don't get it twisted, guys. Right? I want Amy and Darlena to know nothing's going on, right? But maybe back in the day, right, if she would have been hanging around Cabrini Green, she probably would have been in trouble. But anyway, first of all, to Peter Holsten, I want to thank him and his wife, Jackie, for everything that they've done in partnering with this community. Years ago, Peter came to me. We used to have, first they started out, then there was a market crash, then they needed more help, and they needed to get more money from the city in order to make these things happen. And I said, man, you want more public support? How are you going to support the public? And I suggested to him, is it possible for you to partner with the community? And Peter said, yeah, we can look into that. And here we are. The community has 40% partnership in this building. So I want to thank Peter and Jackie for that. But also I want to thank the LAC, the local advisory council. This has not been an easy process over the years. Over 20 years ago, I was somewhat of the enemy of the community by allowing the projects to be torn down, and us that come from Cabrini can call it projects. You all call it public housing, but it's projects to us. And one of the things that we committed to was allowing people to come back. A lot of folks have nostalgia about how we used to live. And one day I was on a panel and someone was talking about how nice it was and they didn't want the buildings torn down. And I was like, man, I remember living right down the street in 1161. The elevators was always stuck. Urine was in the elevators, urine was in the hallways. There's a lot of things going on in the buildings. I remember back in the day, this used to be Liquor Store Row. Liquor stores all up and down the street from Oak Street all the way to Division. Matter of fact, that's when I started drinking at 14 years old, right? Because it was available, right? And so I remember all of those things. I remember the good things, but I remember the challenging things. And I remember it got more and more challenging as time went on. I remember as a precinct captain over here, we couldn't get people's doors fixed because after the police kicked the doors in and the knobs was off, we couldn't get them fixed. So they had to live in their apartments without doorknobs on their doors. Cabinets was falling off. Tiles was coming up. It was a bad situation. So I had to make a decision, should we allow for them to tear down the buildings and build something new, or should we continue to allow it to be as it is? And my mom told me, I talked to my mom about it, and she said, and she was living in the row houses at that time, she said, Walter, it can't be any worse than what it is right now. And we allow for it to happen, and I thank God we're here today. And now, my homies are living in buildings with health clubs. They living better than me, man. Health clubs, door buzzers, laundromats, balconies, party rooms. This is a beautiful thing. I want to commend all of the contractors and developers, the architect, Bowman, Lynn Mathis, who does a great job in hiring people from the community and having minority contractors. The architect, coincidentally, partnered with African-American architect from the community, which is Charles Smith. Charles, raise your hand. Charles Smith has been in this neighborhood over 70 years, and he pretty much helped to design the park, several of these buildings, most of the things around here. We're so proud of him and his family, and it's a great thing that he could participate in these designs of the buildings that he saw it go from before the public housing was here to when the public housing came to now. So we want to congratulate all of them. But most of all, I want to congratulate all of the folks who hired people from the neighborhood. People from the neighborhood got jobs. I would be remiss if I did not thank Tracy Scott, the mayor, of course, but also Alam Kari from CHA, Anna Booth, all of the folks that's on the working group. We go over these things all the time. Carol Steele, the BPI, and many other groups that work on these projects. I just want to say thank you to all of them. We came a long way to get here. We still have a little ways to go. And I'm hoping that I'm still around to see the rest of what we started get done in this community. I'm so proud, gratified. My heart is just filled with joy to see our folks living better and doing good. Thank you very much.